I want to welcome you to the June 2023 webinar for the National Chimney Sweep Guild. And in this month's webinar, I'm going to talk about something that I see winning teams do, something they utilize that really makes a difference in the performance of the team, the output of the team, the sales the team makes, the reduction of waste by the team members, and so many other benefits. If you're not using this process, I strongly encourage you to consider it. And if you'd like more detailed information about these meetings that I'm getting ready to talk about, then feel free to send me an email at the email address on the screen, and I'll be glad to send you SOPs, processes of how to make the meetings the most beneficial for your company and for you, where it can really make a difference in your bottom line. So, anyway, the first of these is what I call the daily power meeting. In the daily power meeting, I first observed this when I went to Charlie Quayle's Operation Chimneys Plus and a few years ago when I was just starting coaching and observed the operation that Charlie had. So, what I saw was every morning, they had a short meeting. And the purpose of the meeting that they had was to review the day before. They went over specific items, things that they were tracking and measuring, things like waste, things like sales. They also went over safety. They went over four different things in that meeting. Because one of the things is you can't track everything. You got to decide what's the most important things to track to you. Now, about this meeting, this is not a chew your butt meeting. This is a reporting meeting. And this meeting is talking about yesterday's performance. Did we win or did we lose? So, the areas that they were measuring, they used a system of tagging the day as a green day. That means all was good. They tagged it as yellow if things had went on and things were marginal. And if bad things had happened, they tagged the day in red. Was it above the allowable waste for the day? Did they make their daily sales goals? All these things came into play. Now, as we've developed the meeting systems, we're also advising now that on this daily meeting that you do a very short, that's correct, very short, just a few minutes of training with every meeting, every single meeting. This is called a micro course. And several years ago, we started developing tidbit courses exactly for this purpose. They're short, they're concise, they deal only with one specific subject matter. And what you can find from this is you can get 80 to 100% retainage of the information in a short micro course like this. So if you're not using the daily power meeting system, hey, think about it. So, what's the next meeting that goes on? Well, this could be a weekly, a bi weekly, or a monthly meeting. But this is what we call the company meeting. And in the company meeting, we bring everyone together and we go over usually what has happened in the past month. How have we done overall? How are we performing? This is also a time to reward people for excellent performance, for the reviews that they're getting, those type of things. It's also an excellent time to roll out a new process, a new system for the company. So these meetings usually last about an hour. About an hour is the time frame here, but they're very, very useful for companies to actually help to meet their goals. The next meeting is the managers meeting. And what do we do at the managers meeting? Well, we look at the performance of the company. We see where we've got holes in the system, the potholes that we're falling through. And this is coming from the tracking and the measuring, and also what we're learning every day by tracking with our daily power meeting. So we have this meeting, and it is for the managers. This meeting may last an hour, it could last 2 or 3 hours. It depends on what's going on. Every meeting always starts with an agenda. You can't just have a meeting for the sake of having a meeting. That doesn't work. You got to have a specific plan. You got to have your agenda put together. What are you going to cover in this meeting? Another meeting that some companies have or need is what's called a same page meeting. Now, a same page meeting, what this is all about, this is where partners meet. That's right, the ownership partners, to make sure that they're all on the same wavelength, that they know where they're going as a team. This is vastly important if the partners are by chance also partners in life or family members, because many times there's a lot of strife in a company that's affecting personal relationships. So, the purpose of the same page meeting is to get everyone together that has an ownership stake to make sure that we're all in agreement where we're going and that we have no strife, no chaos between these partners. It's extremely important. The next meeting could be a biannual or it could be an annual meeting. And this is where we pull the whole company together. It's really good to do this meeting off site at a restaurant where we share a meal together, but we get everybody together and we give them a state of the company. We tell them how the company is doing. How are we performing overall? What's our plans for the future? One of the things that we find in doing SWAT meetings around the country with various clients is that often communication is the number one weakness in the company. Once in a while, we find other things that are that leading weakness, but overall, in my career of facilitating SWAT meetings, I have found that communication keeps coming up over and over and over as a definite issue and a weakness within many companies. This is where everybody gets on the same path, where everybody understands where the company is going to. This will be a place to celebrate the victories that you've had in the past 6 months. If you're doing this, twice a year, if you're doing it once a year, again, we want to celebrate. This is a meeting of celebration. Okay. The last meeting that we see, which is an excellent tool for use to grow companies to the dreams that the owners look for, is to have a SWAT meeting. So, what's a SWAT meeting? A SWAT meeting is where we look at the strengths, the weaknesses, the opportunities, and the threats that the company is faced with. Strengths and weaknesses are both interior things. This is interior issues that the company can control. Opportunities, this could be new products, new services that the company needs to look for. And it's amazing the ideas that come out of SWAT meetings. Then we go into the threats. What are the threats to the existence of the company? Maybe it's political, maybe it's environmental, maybe it's any number of things, but we lay it out. Now, what we're doing after this point is we start putting together what are the solutions that the people in the room see that they need to be going for. And we put together the objectives, the work projects that we need to work on. We use this period to set goals. Maybe it's setting reviews up for the coming year, where we can get a company goal of getting so many reviews a week. How's your reviews doing? Commonly, we will get companies to set a goal. Let's get 5 reviews a week. 5. Just think, if you got 5 reviews every week on an average, how many reviews would you have at the end of the year? My God, that would be 268 reviews. Where would it be after 5 years? You'll be up topping 1,000. But it's going to take a concerted effort on the part of every member of the team in order to do it. Because reviews are testimonials. And with testimonials, the first thing you have to do is you have to earn the testimonial. And second, you got to ask for the testimonial. So what I've went over in this short webinar today is various meetings that winning teams are using that's helping to take them to the new level. It's systems of training. Remember, that short, concise training every single morning. Every morning. Think how it's going to build the expertise of your team members. Think what it's going to be as the communication within the company improves and goes to an entirely new level. So, again, if you need the process for these meetings, send me an email at the email address on the screen. I'll be more than happy to send to you SOPs for all of these meetings. I'll even send you some recordings of meetings that I've observed that can help you to observe others making this meeting process work. There's a lot to this, but it could just be a secret weapon in order to move your team and your company to the level that you envision. Because that's what it's all about. It's all about taking your business and driving it, sending it to the destination that you dreamed of when you started it. Okay? So, hey, if I can help you, reach out to me. This is Jerry Eisenhower, CBC Success Group, and I look forward to hearing from you. Let us know how we can help you get your meeting systems perking along and producing solid results for you. You deserve it, and your business deserves it, and your team deserves it. Think about it. Appreciate you joining me for just a short while this morning, and I hope this has been a beneficial message for you.